Europe is draped in some of the most beautiful and ancient forests on Earth, but not all of them are welcoming. Some hold dark secrets. They're the kind of places where fairy tales become nightmares, and where people have been known to vanish. So, would you dare to step into a forest that locals swear is a no-go zone after dark? From the infamous Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania to the haunted woodlands of England, we're about to journey through the most mysterious forests in Europe. Join us as we uncover the terrifying legends and bizarre events that make these places unforgettable. We'll start in a place spoken of in whispers, notorious for paranormal activity and deeply unsettling events. The Hoia-Baciu Forest in Romania. Just outside the bustling city of Cluj-Napoca lies a forest that plays by its own spooky set of rules. Welcome to Hoia-Baciu, a place that has absolutely earned its nickname as the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania. Spanning over 700 acres, its reputation is built on decades of chilling reports, from UFO sightings to ghostly figures and strange physical side effects. People who walk in don't just get spooked. They report sudden, intense anxiety, nausea, and that unmistakable, skin-crawling feeling of being watched. Some even leave with unexplained rashes, scratches, or burns that seem to appear out of nowhere. The forest's name comes from a story of disappearance. Legend says a shepherd, Hoia-Baciu, guided his flock of 200 sheep into the woods one day and was never seen again. He's not the only one, according to local folklore. One of the most persistent tales is of a young girl who vanished into the forest only to walk out 5 years later wearing the exact same clothes, not having aged a day, and with no memory of where she'd been. At the heart of Hoia-Baciu's strangeness is a feature that still puzzles researchers: a nearly perfect circle in the middle of the woods where almost nothing grows. Soil samples show no reason for the bald patch, yet the ground remains stubbornly barren. Unsurprisingly, many believe this clearing is a hotspot for paranormal energy, or maybe even a landing pad for UFOs. The most famous sighting happened back in 1968, when a military technician named Emil Barnea snapped a photo of a glowing, disc-like object hovering over the clearing. That picture catapulted the forest to international fame. If that wasn't enough, even the trees are weird here. Many grow in bizarre, unnatural shapes, spiraling in tight twists, bent at sharp angles to the ground, or contorted into eerie, zigzag patterns. This twisted landscape only deepens the feeling that you've stepped into another world. Paranormal investigators and thrill seekers flock to this place, drawn by tales of floating orbs of light and disembodied whispers caught on tape. Is it a portal to another dimension, or just a place with some truly unique, unexplained scientific properties? Either way, Hoia-Baciu remains one of the most compelling and genuinely frightening places on the continent. Next, we head to southwestern Germany and a forest so vast and dense, the ancient Romans called it the Black Forest, because sunlight could barely touch the floor. This is the Schwarzwald, the birthplace of some of the world's most famous and darkest fairy tales. Long before the Brothers Grimm wrote them down, the Black Forest was steeped in mythology. Ancient Germanic tribes saw it as the home of gods and nature spirits. As centuries passed, these beliefs morphed into legends of werewolves, goblins, and powerful witches. The forest is said to be teeming with mythical creatures. There are stories of the Erdmannlines, small gnome-like men who live deep underground, and the Nixies, water spirits who haunt the region's dark, glassy lakes. One of the most famous legends centers on the Mummelsee, a glacial lake believed to be the home of a water spirit king who rules a kingdom beneath the surface and gets pretty vengeful if disturbed. And then there are the darker tales of a headless horseman on an endless ride through the woods, and a terrifying dragon-like beast called the Lindworm. But it's the legends of witches that seem to linger the most. The Black Forest Witch is a figure of dark magic, a spirit said to curse anyone who wanders too far off the path. In one valley, known as the Hexenloch, or Witch's Hole, Covens were said to gather at night to perform their rituals around blazing fires. These aren't just old stories. They represent a deep cultural memory of a time when the forest was a place of both wonder and real danger. The tale of Hansel and Gretel lost in the woods and stumbling upon a flesh-eating witch suddenly feels a lot more plausible when you're standing among these towering, ancient firs. Today, you can even take guided tours to the sites of these legends, keeping the magic and the mystery very much alive. We've braved the paranormal vortex of Hoia-Baciu and walked the haunted fairy tale paths of the Black Forest. These woods are filled with stories that blur the line between reality and legend. What do you think is behind it all? Are these places truly supernatural? Or is there a scientific explanation we just haven't found yet? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this trip into Europe's darkest corners, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. You won't want to miss where we're going next. For our next stop, we travel to North Wales and the vast 15,000-acre expanse of Clocaenog Forest. Unlike the myths of our other locations, Clocaenog's mystery is rooted in modern, real-life darkness. Its reputation isn't about enchanted spirits. It's about tragic, unsolved crimes and deeply unsettling recent encounters. The forest's sinister side came into public view after a series of grim discoveries. For years, the remains of murder victims were found hidden deep within the woods. One victim's skeleton was found by chance near a burial site linked to the serial killer Peter Moore. Yet, their identity remains a mystery to this day. Another man was found years after he had chained himself to a tree, his keys just out of his reach. This dark history has cast a permanent shadow over the forest, turning it into a place associated with tragedy and loss. This grim past has fueled a growing number of paranormal reports. Locals and visitors tell stories of strange phenomena, from unexplained lights weaving between the trees to the intense feeling of being watched or followed. Paranormal investigators who visit the forest report hearing disembodied voices and capturing strange figures on camera. With some claiming the woods are home to a terrifying, shape-shifting entity from local folklore. The feeling of being pursued is a disturbingly common theme. In a recent bone-chilling incident from January 2024, a dog walker reported being followed for nearly 45 minutes by what they described as a naked, person-like figure that crawled away at high speed when shouted at. On a cold night of only 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, the sighting was profoundly unnerving. Whether these encounters are with spirits tied to the forest's tragic past or something else entirely, they cement Clocaenog's reputation as one of the UK's most terrifying woodlands. Its mystery isn't ancient. It's happening now. Our final journey takes us to Brittany, France, and into the misty, moss-covered heart of European mythology, the Brocéliande Forest. For centuries, this ancient woodland has been identified as the legendary setting for the tales of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. To walk here is to step into a world of magic, chivalry, and destiny. This is the forest of Merlin, Morgan le Fay, and Sir Lancelot. Unlike the menacing aura of our previous stops, Brocéliande's mystery is one of pure enchantment. The forest is dotted with sites pulled directly from Arthurian legend. You can visit the legendary Fountain of Barrington, a bubbling spring where the great wizard Merlin is said to have first met Vivienne, the Lady of the Lake. According to the stories, if you sprinkle its water on a nearby stone, you can summon a storm. Not far from there, you'll find what is known as Merlin's tomb. This is supposedly the wizard's final resting place where Vivienne used his own magic to imprison him for eternity in an invisible tower of air. Today, it's a quiet, megalithic tomb that still draws visitors seeking a connection to that mythic past. But Merlin isn't the only powerful figure whose presence is felt here. The forest is also home to the Val Sans Retour, the Valley of No Return. It was here that the sorceress Morgan le Fay, King Arthur's half-sister, was said to have trapped unfaithful knights in a magical prison. Visitors can also search for the Fountain of Youth, a spring believed to have healing powers. Brocéliande is more than just a collection of landmarks. It's a living landscape of myth. The entire forest, now officially known as Painpont Forest, seems to breathe magic. The ancient gnarled trees, the mist clinging to the valleys, and the deep reflective ponds known as fairy mirrors all create an atmosphere of timeless wonder. It's a powerful reminder that some forests are mysterious not because they're haunted, but because they're magical. From the paranormal energy of Hoia-Baciu to the fairy tale realm of the Black Forest, the chilling crimes of Clocaenog, and the mythic heart of Brocéliande, Europe's forests hold stories that challenge our understanding of the world. They are places where history, folklore, and the unexplained all intersect, where every rustle of leaves could be the wind, or something else entirely. These woodlands prove that even in our modern connected world, there are still places of deep mystery, corners of the continent that remain wild, enchanted, and untamed. They invite us to question, to explore, and to wonder what secrets might be hiding just beyond the tree line. What other mysterious places should we explore next? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, stay curious.